How's going on, guys? Here's your coach slash caster, Coach Zafix. In this game, I am playing Grock, and I just want to share my thought process while playing this hero because I think he's kind of bit low key OP in this current patch because most of the roamer right now are crowd control like Belric Atlas, and this hero can immune those crowd controls by casting its skills. So every time Grock casts his skill, he immunes the crowd control except for the suppress like Franco's ultimate. So here I just block the wave to have an early, as you can I have to have an early advantage to my laners, and here I vision the enemy jungle so that my jungler will know where the enemy started at. So I didn't have the time to clear the mid lane, so I just went for an aggressive play here. But yeah, here I forced the Minotaur to use its flicker, but the Paquito went to target me in this moment. So I used my flicker, but it's still fine. So here it's kind of bit annoying because my HP bar is almost 50%, but I saw an opportunity to gank the mid lane. Yeah, and here trying to vision the jungle again. I know that he's in the red buff. As you can see, we keep visioning the enemy jungle so that our jungler will be informed. There I saw the Julian use his dash, then we straight went for it, then the Julian is dead. So I just want to mention that Grock is not completely tank like Beleric, Hylos, Baksha, those tanky heroes that are so hard to kill. He's more of a support tank. Even though he's tanky, yes, but using this hero is like using a Kufra too sometimes. You can't be tanking all of the damage. You maximize the bushes and also your first kill. Here I saw the Minotaur went straight to my damage dealers, so I did a backsplit there. So I peel my damage dealer, protect for short. Kind of bit RNG here, but the goal is to crowd control the Julian. But Julian did a pretty good job there, immuning my first kill. But we still got the turtle. Here, I think I got this. Eve, yeah. I remember he doesn't have any flicker, so we went for a poking. And yep, another micro with the jungle. So by this time, I don't want to give space to the enemy jungler. And I know that without their mid laner, nobody can poke me. And I can pretty much dodge this Julian. So I just kept on harassing this jungler instead of going straight to my gold lane. So my jungle is now aware of where the enemy jungler is. Oh, there I saw an opportunity to not peel my damage dealers. Instead, I went straight to the Joy, the 1v to the two opponents there, and went for a counter set. So it's pretty much rare to do in game because yeah, it's hard sometimes. to make a decision like that. Here, I wasn't able to protect my core because he went too deep and ran out of mobility skills. Yeah, by this time, I kinda know that the enemies are not really good in off-map pressure, and I have this feeling of I can roam around because their mid laner is kinda bit not that good in poking me. So I went for an aggressive play here. Here, this is an example of cast your skill before they crowd control you, because you can't cast anything if the crowd control is consecutive. And here's an example of that. Here, I kept on clicking my skills, but I can't because of the crowd control. But this team fight went on in our side because they exhausted their skills already, while I still have my crowd control. And also the wall is the most powerful thing eh, when you're using Grock, so make a use of it. As soon as you see the enemy, the enemy casted is dash, that's when you can use your second to trap the enemy. So here's an example. I usually do this with my pointing finger if you're kinda curious how I did that, like pointing my skills and panning the enemy. So I do that with my pointing finger. Here I went for a retreat because I saw two of my damage dealer can't go inside. They can't because of the Minotaur zoning them. And yeah, that's the time where I back out because I kind of feel like if went for a set but my damage dealer is dead, can't deal damage to that set, then yeah, I'll be pretty much dead of that carry. So I'm so low here and the turtle is up, which is kind of a bit bad, but it happens sometimes. Here I went for the carry and luckily survived, and yep, he got baited. Carry got baited too. I was paying attention to the map too, and there, as you can see, you can use your HP like that. Like you can tank the damage of the tower as a roamer. So next time, if you feel like your teammates is about to dive, uh, that's you can tank the damage like that, like just by hitting the enemy or going in the turret earlier than your teammates. But the idea there is to tank out the damage. It's up to you on how you are going to do it. So when you're diving a tower, it's best option uh to hit the ultimate there again. I did the damage tanking on the tower so that my teammates won't be receiving a massive amount of damage. But just be careful when you're doing that because enemy crowd controls might hit you, and yeah, you might receive a lot of damage than you've expected or calculate. So it's best to do that outside a little bit exit part of the tower. So you get the point. Don't get too inside the tower if your teammate cannot burst down the enemy target. So here I was just kinda bit aura farming, just giving a pressure to the enemy to delay them from going to my damage dealers. Here another kill. I remember Eve doesn't have any flicker because of my second. That's how good Minotaur, not Minotaur, the Grock is. You just keep using your second skill to force enemy mages or marksman that doesn't have just like Iksha, that doesn't have any dashes, that relies on flicker. That's uh, Grock is really good to those type of heroes. So by this time, I think we were just waiting for the Lord. I mean, this game is um automatically winnable on our side by the moment the 2 minute reach. There, Minotaur messed up his escape too. That's how powerful Grock's second is. I saw that Julian already casted his dashing move, so I went for it again. Here, just checking for a Paquito because I remember he wasn't visible on the map, so yeah, the idea is to protect your damage dealer, not by going on their side every time, but to track down those heroes that will kill them. So that's how you use this roamer. That's really, and it's also effective in that way. But it also works with body system. Like you go with your damage dealer all the time, but in certain scenario. But if you are curious on how I play like that, you can comment down below so I can make a video out of it. There I died because I was overconfident there, but it went on our side anyway. So what happened there was I went for the Minotaur because I know we can burst him, but without me thinking that the Minotaur can counter set us too. So that's how counter set works, wherein you set then an enemy, but in return they can set your teammates too. So be careful of enemy that can set because they can counter set your skill. And uh, one thing that Drac has is that every time you get closer to the wall, your shield cooldown will be faster. So your shield will grant you a hybrid defense, and also you're physically tougher too. So this Grock works with a marksman gold laner too. So it can pretty much tank in the late game. But the idea is to be so annoying, keep using your second skill to poke enemies. And always play with your second skill because a Grock without a second skill is like a Kagura without an umbrella. You are weaker without your wall. So, especially if you don't have your flicker, yeah, just like here. We're kind of playing for Lord here since it's about to spawn, and I just want to zone out their enemy jungler so that my jungle will have a good time in taking the Lord. So after the Lord, you can communicate with your teammates to flow the wave here. I think my teammates did well because it's already high rank, but I think Ranger went for a no, he didn't. I thought for a moment he cleared the wave in the mid lane, but yeah, the wave here is flowed. Bottom lane is not, but I think later on. But here my focus here is more of ending the game, like, and also if you're going to pressure the tower, just like what I did earlier, you put a wall behind the tower, so that they will be thinking like this Grock is about to set or do something. That's how you pressure the enemy, and it makes them overthink of uh, playing safe and not casting their skills. So that's how you pressure the enemy. Here I went straight for no, I wasn't. I didn't. But I tried to set at the back lane there, but it went on our side anyway. So I won this game, and yeah, it's in the higher rank lobby. Everybody is really good, even the enemy, but we did pretty well there just by visioning the enemy. So that's it for this game, and I hope it helped you a lot with the decision making, and see you on the next video.